Let's talk a little bit about the gatefold cover. And remember, the gatefold cover is the one that folds underneath, the secondary cover, if you will. It has traditionally been an opportunity for us to do a high school cover. And this was a fun cover to, I always think the high school cover is really like an opportunity for us to really think through all of the different tentacles. In a lot of ways, the college cover sometimes comes to you obviously. I'll give you an example. In 2023, TCU was going to be on the cover of the magazine.
Yeah, there was no doubt about it.
They played in the college football national championship the year before. They're probably going to be on the cover. It would have to take something remarkable for it not to happen.
It's just such a smaller pool of opportunities to be able to put someone up on the cover.
With the gatefold cover and with high school, you have an opportunity to do something different and to really explore all the different storylines that are going on across the state of Texas. And I don't know if you remember this. Mm-hmm. This idea came about after the final gun of the final game of the 2023 Texas high school football season. We were up there in our booth. We were wrapping things up. We were packing things up. And we just kind of started kicking around cover ideas. This was really informal, really informal. And somebody said, well, what about P&G head coach Jeff Joseph and his dad, Gary Joseph? And it was like this wave washed over me. I was like, yeah. Like this makes so much sense in so many different ways. For one, they're the third father-son combo in Texas high school football history to both have state championships. And I believe the only the father-son combo to be coaching at the same time. They're both active. Mm-hmm. That is remarkable. Also, Jeff Joseph represents, I think he's very representative of like the next generation of great Texas high school football coaches. Mm-hmm. Like he's that guy who's on the kind of the leading edge of that. So an opportunity to spotlight him is great. And then also, if you want to talk about telling the story of Texas high school football, you cannot tell the story without Gary Joseph.
No.
It's an impossibility. You can't do it. He's too important to the fabric of the sport and what he's accomplished there at Katy and turned them into like one of the powerhouses in Texas high school football. And if you want to talk about a hole in our cover game, Gary Joseph was a hole in our cover game. Mm-hmm. He should have been on the cover at some point in the last 20 years and just wasn't, right? Through various different circumstances. Here was an opportunity to celebrate the past, celebrate the present, celebrate the future, and celebrate what is also just a fabulous family story of the Joseph family. That coaching is so much in their blood and in their bones. It just made too much sense.
Right.
We talked about a variety of different other high school covers, but we just kept coming back to that, about Gary and Jeff Joseph. Now, that is easier said than done. And it's not because of like, you've got to go jump through a bunch of hoops. It's not because of scheduling. It's not because of that. Here is the exact conversation that happened. I called Jeff Joseph and I said, Coach, we would like to put you and your dad on the cover, the Gatefold cover of the 2024 summer edition of Dave Campbell's Texas Football. And Jeff said, I'm in. You're going to have a hard time talking my dad into it. And I knew that. As somebody who's worked closely with Gary Joseph a long time, we have a good relationship.
Oh, yeah.
But like also, this is not his scene.
Nope.
He is not a spotlight seeker. He is very much like, take a step back.
He loves being a ball coach.
He is a ball coaching dude. So I called Coach Joseph. This is true.
Yeah, I was going to say.
I called athletics at Katy, and he picked up the phone.
That rocks. Not surprising.
Not surprising.
This is the guy that drove the bus.
Mine drives the bus. He's one of the winningest coaches in Texas high school history. He's still driving the yellow dog. I pick up, tell him who it is. Hey, Greg, how are you? Coach, we'd like to put you on the Gatefold cover, you and Jeff on the Gatefold cover of the 2024 summer edition of Dave Campbell's Texas Football. And when I tell you that the longest 5-second pause of all time occurred at that moment in my life, because I'm saying, please, 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 we don't have
Don't hang up on me.
We don't, like, we have other ideas, but they're not as good as this one. Please, please, please. And you hear this deep sigh on the other phone. It goes, well, I'll do it, but only because Jeff's going to be on it.
Yep.
I'm like, yes.
Got him.
So we scheduled for Coach Jeff Joseph to drive in to Katy. We shot this at Rhodes Stadium. there in beautiful Road Stadium. Eric Williams, the outstanding Katy-based photographer, who actually shot the David Hicks Rising cover for us as well. By the way, Aaron Mellion did shoot the Micah Hudson cover last year on the Rising. But Eric Williams shot the Gatefold cover here, did a fantastic job. And it was a beautiful day. You, and Will went down there. Was anyone else down there? I think Adam met, our president met us down there.
It was me, you, and Carter.
Carter, that's right, Carter. 'Cause Carter Yates were at the Gatefold feature. And once we got Coach Joseph there, we got him a little bit more comfortable. Coach Gary Joseph, I should say. It really turned out great. We just wanted a family portrait, and that's what we came up with. I also think, this is me as like design guy, the purple and red look so good together. They look so good together. It really pops, but it was a fabulous morning there in Katy. And we so appreciate their time and willingness. When you pick up the magazine, I hope you'll read Carter Yates' fantastic story on the Josephs and their story, their family lineage, which all goes back to Eddie Joseph, who of course is an icon in his own right. But it's a fantastic cover. We think it's so perfect for telling the story of Texas high school football, and especially considering Port Neches Groves' remarkable state championship run last year, an opportunity to celebrate one of the rising young stars in Texas high school coaching, as well as one of the icons in Texas high school football in Gary Joseph. So it was a cover we were super excited to put together. We're so grateful to the Josephs and to Katy ISD for helping us out and letting us borrow the stadium. That's a lot tougher than you think. Like, they have to unlock things and get there on, it was a Saturday.
Yeah.
So we're so appreciative of Katy ISD for helping us, allowing us to use Rhodes.
It was, I was going to say, it was shot in Rhodes and not Legacy.
Yeah.
They were saying how much Katy High loves the old stadium.
Yeah.
And so we figured it was a great spot for it.
Those stadiums, by the way, Katy and Legacy, or Rhodes and Legacy, they share a parking lot. They're right across the street from each other. But anyway, we're so excited about both covers of the 2024 summer edition of Dave Campbell's Texas Football. And if you go to texasfootball.com/subscribe, we can mail you one before it hits newsstands. We hope you will consider doing that.